right, man. This is a video by J by him down here. Him. This is corny TV tropes that piss me off. Let's get it.
TV tropes. Cliches that are overdone, cheesy, corny, or just flat out stupid. I'll admit that this video's list is a little short, but very passionate. All of these tropes piss the f out of me. Sometimes they even ruin the entire movie or show. But that's on the extreme level. And actually, that's where we're about to start. The first trope being... Now, I understand why this is a necessary plot device. You don't want the main character getting killed off in the second episode. I get it, but it gets to a point. The worst offender of this being Stranger Things. They've recently aired their final season, and I'm gonna use them as the perfect example. Now, for a show with merciless interdimensional monsters and taking over the world, it has really never been known to establish fan favorite. Why?
Yeah. I mean, they did kill, like, important side characters. They've never killed someone that's, like, in multiple seasons. You know what I'm saying? Like, Barb was only there for one season. She was killed. The boyfriend, he was only there for one season. He was killed. Billy was the only one that was in 2 seasons and ended up dying. Everybody else, though, nobody died of that much importance. None of them were ever main characters.
Literally throughout its 5 seasons, the only characters that have died and showed up in more than one singular season are 2 antagonists. That's it.
Oh, okay. So this is a little bit more. There's a little bit more than, you know what I'm saying. But she wasn't in a full season. That's what I wouldn't count her because she wasn't in a full season. She was in like 1 episode, wasn't she? I wouldn't count her. I wouldn't count her as an important character. I'm not gonna lie.
And there's definitely not a problem finding a character to kill. The main cast is like 50 fucking people at this point.
Oh, you're so right.
Definitely not a problem finding a character to kill. The main cast is like 50
who could have caught her? Who could have died that would have probably made this shit more of a vendetta? I don't think you kill off Steve. I think Murray can die for sure. I say Murray and Max. Or the girl's girlfriend, but I don't think she's like, she wasn't even really a main character like that. Cause she was in 1 or 2 episodes, 1 season. That's it, right? Maybe Robin, I don't know.
People at this point. It's starting to look like the damn Avengers. But instead of killing any of them, every single season like clockwork, they come up with a new character instead that's basically the season sacrifice.
Literally. There's always a season sacrifice. There was the mom's boyfriend. There was fucking the dude with the hair. There was the Russian dude. There's always and Barb. There's always a sacrificial lamb
to try to drive up the show stakes. It feels fucking cheap, and it is so incredibly obvious that this show's too scared to even lay a finger on the main cast. Instead, they only kill off newly introduced ones, or side characters, or background characters. Like, that's some pussy ass shit, and I'm tired of it. But you wanna know what pisses me off even more is how the plot armor itself happens in the show. Every single time a main character's in danger, is about to die, every single time, they very conveniently get saved at the last moment, even if it realistically doesn't make any sense. But I'm not saying, oh damn, but I'm not saying a main character.
That Drake picture is so nasty. That Drake picture is nasty as hell.
Characters should die every time they're placed in danger. But this show constantly does this bullshit, and not once have the villains succeeded. It takes the danger out of the show. It makes the threats look like a complete joke. Every time the show tries to build up tension in one of those scenes, I literally couldn't give a fuck, because I already know the main cast is coming out unharmed. And then there's the fake outs. Ooh, this show just loves to play with my balls. Whenever I think this show's about to stop being on that Winnie Hood Jr. bullshit, they manage to disappoint me every single time, and I fall for it like a chud every single time. But I hear the counter argument, oh, a show shouldn't have to kill off beloved characters in order to have stakes. And you're right. The real problem is,
I would say if they killed off too many main characters though, bro, it'd be like, you don't give a fuck about your protagonist, like, at all. Like, I just feel like maybe 1 could die, but like, and they play with the idea that Elle died, but then they also play with the idea that Elle's alive. So it's like, I don't know. Like Avengers, what's the name died? You know what I'm saying? Like some important people die for sure. You know, Iron Man's gone. Fucking Cap is, well, Cap, I lied. Iron Man's gone, but Cap is apparently back. Based off the, yeah, you could have killed one. You could have killed one. Black Widow, she's gone.
The stupidly excessive amount of plot armor these characters have. You're telling me a group of dumbass kids somehow survived the events of the show while hundreds of trained military soldiers get flicked like a booger on the wall. And there are so many examples of this show having no mercy on background characters. The Demogorgon, the Demodogs, and Vecna are all vicious killing machines against others, but when it comes to named characters, they turn fucking stupid. They quite literally get nerfed. Like, I know you see the
background characters, main characters.
difference between these two scenes. They're the same.
Oh, you're right. Cause like, I never really thought about it. Them niggas is getting pelted with bullets and is eating that bitch. But a stab wound from glass is kind of putting you on your ass a little bit. Pelted with multiple bullets, unfazed. But a stab wound to the chest with some glass, and you're just like, no, it was glass. It was a glass bottle because she broke it and it stabbed him. Hold on.
They quite literally get nerfed. Like, I know you see the difference between
like they're getting pelted with fucking bullets.
these two scenes. They're the same creatures, by the way. So, explain that. But I really do feel like season 5 amplified the plot armor issue for me. I came into this final season expecting the most tragic deaths, and can you really blame me? The writers of this show
It's gonna be Dark Christmas.
themselves are hyping it up to no tomorrow, saying it was gonna be a dark Christmas. And guess what? It was the happiest ending of all time. The one character that quote unquote died was left up to viewer interpretation. That's how pussy the show is. They don't even have the balls to kill one of the main characters during the very final moments of the show. And you know, they're real lucky I wasn't one of the main writers. I would have had 5 massacre scenes. But on a real note, really thinking about it, it's not the plot armor itself that I have a real issue with. It's the plot armor that feels cheap. And Stranger Things is the perfect example of that. Now this next trope is a little something for my anime fans, and it is something that immediately softens my penis. Now, I just want to let something be clear.
God.
I'm not at all a huge anime connoisseur. I've only ever watched a few animes, and the first one I ever watched was High School DxD.
The first one? The first one? Me too, twin. Hey, y'all got it, bro. I ain't even, bro. I'm not an anime connoisseur, and I ain't even touched that one yet. I don't even know if I want to check the freaky ones out yet. Let me dabble into some good shit before I check out the freaked out ones. I heard the freaked out ones be having good plot. Don't get me wrong, but I just rather not, bro. Those are the type of animes you gotta watch with like looking over your shoulder, like, yo, I'm not freaked out like this for real. I just heard it got a good story. I think I'm good. It's gonna be a while before I touch that one. I ain't gonna lie. It's gonna be a while before I touch that one. I cannot cap.
And that was directly followed up by Naruto. Now, I'm really stretching the definition of trope, but I'm still gonna talk about it because I see it in almost every anime I watch, and it pisses me off a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. It's those fuck-ass anime expressions. Like, for example, when the main character, and it's almost always the main character, where they pause for a bit, and then they do that cheesy-ass smile with their eyes closed, then they do that little chuckle, like, oh, in bonus points if they have a long, awkward pause of silence right afterwards. Like, I don't know what it is, but this shit is poop. Like, I know it's an animation, so it's a little exaggerated, but I still find it cringe. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I get flashbangs with the thought of someone unironically doing this bullshit in real life. I don't know. And it's not just
people do end up, like, people who make anime their whole personality really do shit like this in real life. No cap. Like, they really do shit like this in real life. And that shit is so corny to me. That's why I always thought, before I actually started watching anime, that's why I always thought it was corny, because of the fans. Like, deadass. I always thought anime was corny because of the way the fans acted about that said anime, or about anime in general. And I'm like, oh, this just gotta be corny ass shit. But it's not. It's just the niggas that make the shit their whole personality make it look corny to the masses. You know what I'm saying?
just this particular smile. It's really any exaggerated emotions, like when they go, duh, or like, like.
Bro, have you ever seen somebody do that shit in real life? Have you ever seen somebody do? Oh my God! I was at DreamCon. Yes, I was at DreamCon, and I saw somebody do this bullshit for the first time in real life, and I was like, oh, I have to get away from you. I appreciate you. You know what? I appreciate you for watching my videos. I gotta go though. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you. All right, man. Now I don't even do these no more. I do the all right, man. You know what I'm saying? Nice to, you know what I'm saying? All right, yo, you know, be easy. Cause like, bro.
Smile. It's really any exaggerated emotions, like when they go, "Duh."
That shit, bro. What? All right, be easy, bro.
Or like, huh? Like, dude, shut the fuck up. And what pisses me off the most is how in some animes, the characters are constantly moaning and grunting after every little action. Like, it gets to the point where I'm putting in earbuds or else it'll seem like I'm watching Japanese. Let's not talk about the anime girls. They're always like... I low-key did that shit too well.
Oh
but I hope you guys know what I'm talking about. Now, I might be nitpicking here a little bit. I know it's a stylistic choice to make the characters moan after every little step they take, but I don't like it.
Why the fuck is Gideon Booty so...
Yo, this nigga spin. I can't stand a stupor. Oh my god, I'm mushing words together. That's how angry these make me. I cannot stand Gideon's ass. Hold on.
To make the characters moan after every little step they take, but I don't like it.
Why the fuck is Gideon Booty so fucking juicy?
What if the time...
What audio is that? Anyway, I can't stand a stupid horror character. Oh my god, the cliche ass trip pisses me off. I can't stand that cliche ass tripping bullshit. Or somebody hears something, hello? Who's there? After 20 niggas in your neighborhood already been killed. You're asking who's there, who's in your house after 20 niggas that surround you done died. Girl, get the gun. Get the fucking gun. Oh my god.
The horror villains will be teasing a little bit, doing some foreplay before they finally show up. Lights turn off and flicker, the character may catch a glimpse of the monster, stuff starts moving on its own, and they just completely fucking ignore all of that. Like, what? Okay, like, that's just natural selection, and it's hard to feel bad. Because if I was in their place, if anything remotely suspicious happens, if so much as a damn light turns off for a millisecond, I am getting the hell out of there ASAP. You know, and the thing that makes it worse is that a decent amount of the time, the movie will take place in a location where you just know that shit is about to go down.
Like, in places you should have never fucking been. Why are you here? Like, I get the whole, you know what I'm saying, they was doing the exorcism, the family already lived there, they can't just move. But when, Benihana chicken teriyaki. I ain't gonna lie. I cannot wait for this new scary movie to drop. Oh my god. Yo, I'm gonna be in the theater fucking crying. I know I'm gonna be in that bitch. Oh my, just dying. I can't wait.
Abandoned buildings, the middle of nowhere, a family home with a history of 15 bodies! You couldn't make it any more obvious to the character that they're next.
Literally.
Yet they still act flabbergasted when they're chased by the boogeyman. But what about the times when a character does actually know that something is up, but their dumbass still decides
to go check it the fuck out? You watch this nigga dump something in a chute and you like, I need to see what's down that chute. Like,
it's to stay in the location or even worse, investigate. Like, come on, bro. This shit isn't Scooby-Doo, and you ain't no damn hero. Just who do you think you are? But I get it. This is to advance the plot, of course. But realistically, nobody is doing this bullshit. You don't even know what the hell you're up against. Quite literally, anyone with common sense would not put themselves in this situation.
Literally. Convenient villain monologues. What do you mean?
Long as villain monologues. You know, when the villain is explaining their entire plan or motive to the hero. Now, usually this ain't too bad. It doesn't really bother me personally, but what really does piss me off is when the villain has the hero captured, has them subdued, has them submissive, and instead of finishing the damn job,
they get the yapping to the point where the person gets saved. You really not a villain for real. You can't be. You didn't really want this nigga dead. You just needed somebody to talk to. And I'll stand on that. Because there's no way you have them captured in your grasp, killable, when I was a baby. Wait, well, no. What's that audio? Hold on, no, chat, I gotta find the audio. Hold on, I gotta find.
So we moved to LA.
Bro, literally, as soon as you got them captured and it's time to make the kill.
So we moved to LA. My father gets a job at the Palm Restaurant. My Uncle Junior works there, who is a Jehovah's Witness, believe it or not. He went from Catholic to Jehovah. So basically, my grandmother wanted us all to switch from Catholic to Jehovah. You know, meanwhile, we're from Harlem. My father's doing coke. You know, my mother thinks she's Aunt Margaret. She's teasing the bottle of vodka, you know, so dysfunctional, cross-addicted family, still cooking pasta on Sundays, and the meatball. So we moved to...
Bro, like, kill him. Why do I know your whole life story? Nigga, kill him. Nigga, kill him, bro. I don't need to know what the fuck I don't need to know how you grew up, bro. Just kill him, bro. Be the villain you were meant to be and kill that nigga, bro.
He starts fucking yapping. And this almost always goes in hand with plot armor where the villain just won't shut the fuck up. And he talks just long enough for the hero to get saved or somehow escape. It's complete bullshit. And I especially hate it when this dumbass shit happens in the end game, the final battle, and that's how the battle finally turns around. It's lazy and stupid. Like, come on, bro. Just write a competent villain. Movies are no strangers to reusing the same cheesy lines, and I'm not gonna lie, most of them don't really bother me as well. You got the classic lines like, "We got company," that are low-key a little tough. Then you got the lines that are a little cringy like, "Oh, they're right behind me, aren't they?" Overused, but harmless at the end of the day.
Okay.
Then you got stupid-ass lines that actually impact the viewing experience. One example being, "There's no time to explain." And guess what? There is almost always time to explain. Even if there's not, you can walk and talk. Like, it gets on my damn nerves how easily they can catch the other character up, yet they just choose not.
They literally choose not to, and that ends up fucking them in the end. They choose not to explain, and that fucks the whole situation up. Like, there's, like, explain on the way. Hello?
To simply to drive up the stakes, especially if we as an audience don't even know what the hell's going on yet. Like, if this was a real life or death situation, you want to take those 20 seconds to explain. Then we got another line that I want to take a little bit of a shit on. When the villain says, "You and I are not so different." Now, I'm not going.
Oh my god. Oh my. How, in what way? I don't want to kill nobody. How are we the same? What do you mean we're not different? What? How are we similar? Please.
Oh, lie, I'm tired of hearing this fuck ass line. I just gotta roll my eyes whenever I hear this bullshit, cause sometimes it's not even in the slightest bit true. You can literally have a villain who kicks babies for fun and a hero who wouldn't hurt a summer ant, and this shitty ass line would still be said. Now, I get it, there are times where this line does work. The hero and the villain have a similar history, but sometimes this shit is just said for the sake of the villain having something to say.
Disney bullies.
Now, this last trope, we've all seen it. The stereotypical bully or jock giving wedgies, throwing weak-ass insults, and shoving nerds into lockers. Now, I just want to say, movies and shows probably use these stereotypes in order to not...
Here's my thing, chat. I've never, like... I know... Here's... Okay. I've known people who've been bullied, but I've never seen a dedicated bully. If that makes sense.
Someone who knows how to ride.
I forgot what I was talking about.
Depict realistic bullying. I get it, but I'm still gonna make fun of it. Now, these stereotypes probably did happen back in the 80s, but if these types of bullies were to exist in today's age, bro,
they would not be cool at all. Like, nigga would be like, you're fucking lame. Like, bro, like, that would be lamer than the actual nerd that they think is lame. You're walking around, how old, stuffing niggas in lockers because you don't like the way that they dress? That's fucking lame, you lame ass nigga.
They would be the victim. If you give someone a wedgie today, you'd probably be labeled a fucking freak.
Oh,
Same thing
God.
with the insults. If you were to call someone a 4 eyes today, I don't know, they might just call you a slur. And here's the thing, the Disney Channel type of shows can get away with this type of trope because it fits right in. But there's other times when this trope just sticks out like a sore thumb. And I'm sorry to use this as an example again, but Stranger Things. Dog, I need to stop talking shit about this show. Yo, on God, this fandom might skin me alive if I keep talking shit. But anyways, this show's lines have always been kind of cheesy, and it makes sense. The main cast was like fucking 5 during the earlier seasons, so the stereotypical bullies were realistic because the main party were still young kids. But fast forward to season 5, the actors are like 30 years old or something. The characters they're supposed to be playing are 16 or 17, basically high.
And like, what are we doing? Still like being like, you're grown as hell, nigga. You wearing a varsity Leatherman like you supposed to be D1 or something, nigga. Don't you gotta focus on some football or some basketball or something? Why am I your main focus right now? Get off my dick.
School seniors, and they're still facing stereotypical bullies that shove them into lockers. Like, you can't be fucking for real. I get it, it's the 80s, but these bullies, I'm pretty sure these motherfuckers are super seniors. Like, there's just no way anybody's acting like this at that grown-ass age. You know what I'm saying? But the entire bully scene was poopy as shit. I respect the actors for going along with this, because I would have walked the hell out. Ain't no fucking way I'm bringing this shitty-ass script to life. Not only that, when you're watching the scene, you can just tell that the directors probably thought this shit was tough. It's not.
Yeah, if you touch Dustin again, I'll kick them so hard they'll pop like water balloons.
I say kick away. Stop this meathead from reproducing and further infecting the world with his unique brand of idiocy.
Hey man, I'm not gonna lie. That line was a little cringe. Can't cap. That line was a little cringe. I ain't gonna lie. W video though. You know what I'm saying? You got a subscriber in me, brother. We will definitely be checking out more of your stuff. Amazing video.